Hi, hello, welcome. How are you? I hope you are having a good day today. I'm currently trying to build up the courage to add a happy bee to my painting here. Maybe I'll put a link in the description to my art Instagram if you want to see that kind of thing. But yeah, while I'm building up the courage to do that, never painted a bee before, I thought I would come on here and do another video. Today I thought we could explore just what's on my Reddit homepage, so a little bit of a pick and mix variety spice pack, and just see what we have, okay? So, first one on here is, am I the asshole for calling my grandmother fat after she humiliated me on my birthday? Probably, to be honest. But it seems like she started. So a week ago, my parents threw me a surprise dinner at a very fancy restaurant with all of my family members to celebrate my 17th birthday. When it came to ordering food, I decided to order quite a bit since I hadn't eaten all day. When everyone finished ordering, I overheard my grandmother making comments on my order and how if I keep eating like that, I get fatter than I already was. Deciding to not create drama, I discreetly brought it up with my parents and they confronted my grandmother. Very loudly, she exclaimed, "I'm telling the truth. Look at the size of her. I don't know how you let her order that much." She had made comments about my weight multiple times in the past, and I've tried to shrug it off or ignore her, since I'm the average weight for my age. The restaurant went silent. The whole restaurant, not even the table. I dropped my stuff and got up and exclaimed that she shouldn't be talking because she was fatter than me. I got up and walked outside for some air. Around 5 minutes later, my mother walked out and berated me for speaking to my grandma like that and how I should apologise. I refused and she called me a spoilt brat. It's been a week and my parents refuse to talk to me and my other family members are on my side. My parents think I should be the bigger person and let it go, but she humiliated me in front of everyone. Am I the asshole? Your grandma fucking started it. Like, she's the one screaming about your weight in the middle of a restaurant. Like, I personally think that commenting on people's weight is uncalled for, like, unless you're some sort of health professional or a trainer who's been specifically hired by that person. Like, unless the person specifically has invited you to make a comment, you shouldn't be fucking talking about other people's weight. It's got nothing to do with you. It's none of your business. So yeah, here grandma is making snidey wee comments about what somebody's ordering, fuck you, and then loudly exclaiming that, like, look at the size of her. That's not cool. So whilst I don't think it was necessary to turn around and call grandma fat as well, I don't think that makes you an asshole. I think that makes you someone who's not afraid to stand up for yourself and who isn't willing to just take shit lying down and who doesn't like hypocrites. You know what I mean? Like, apparently judging from the post, like, OP isn't even overweight, although it's hard to tell because they say average weight for their age, which doesn't necessarily mean that it's not overweight, just average. But regardless, grandmother shouldn't have been doing that in the first place. The response from the parents is a bit fucking cheeky as well, like berating OP for saying that, but what did they say to grandma? And as I say, they were just standing up for themselves. What do you want them to do? Just because they're a relative or just because they're older, whatever, that you should just let someone speak to you and treat you however they want? I don't fucking think so. Like, honestly, when I'm in these situations, I'm usually so shocked by what's happened, even if it happens all the time, just because, like, it's not something that I would ever do. I'm just so shocked at the situation that, like, I can't say anything at all, and I'm just, like, slowly backing away. But I wish in those moments I had, like, the presence of mind to give it right back to those people, because they fucking deserve it, honestly. Like, if everyone's just going around, like, tiptoeing around these people, just letting them do and say whatever they want, like, we've talked about this with kids. It's not just kids, adults are assholes as well. Your grandma's a fucking asshole and your parents are wrong. I'm on your side, OP. You are not the asshole here, and I'm sorry that happened to you. That sounds really fucking shitty. What else do we have on our homepage? Dating advice. Need advice for dating a rich girl. If I was a rich girl. Na, 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 na. Who was that, Gwen Stefani? Okay. A few weeks ago, I, a 23-year-old male, started getting to know this beautiful girl who's 19, which has been going quite good so far. We like each other and we had a few hookups, but are not planning on going into a relationship yet. Now, 2 days ago, I found out that she has a lot of money, coming from a really wealthy family, and now I'm really, I think that's supposed to say intimidated by that. I am on the opposite side of the spectrum, struggling with money, and I have pretty much a completely different lifestyle than her, which makes me feel vastly inferior, probably because I also lack confidence and I don't know if I should meet up with her again. How should I go about this? Any ideas? I mean, first of all, you're both just human beings like anybody else. Like, having money or not having money doesn't necessarily say anything about your personality. It probably will have an influence on like what sort of activities you can do together and how often. You know, money doesn't make you happy, but it certainly gives you options. Makes you, you know, more comfortable in a lot of ways. But as well, the thing is, right, it's her family that are wealthy, so that doesn't necessarily mean that she has unlimited access to all those funds as well. Sure, maybe she's used to living like a more lavish lifestyle, but equally maybe she's not. You know, maybe her parents were very specific in making sure that she still had to, you know, work for things like everybody else, that they still got like a reasonable level of allowance rather than something extravagant. You don't know. So I would say, just as much as you wouldn't want her to judge you for not having a lot of money, I don't think that you should make judgments on her or judgments on whether to continue seeing her just based on how much money she's got. You know, like I say, you're both just human beings like anybody else, and how much money you have doesn't say anything about your personality. And if you're thinking about people who suddenly become horrible after they get money, they were always horrible. They just didn't think that they had the freedom to be that way until they had money and could pay. I'm just spitting the truth, okay? So yeah, just like treat her like a normal person the way you always did. It doesn't actually change anything, as I say, except for maybe the kind of activities you can do and how often. But yeah, I think it's fine. Nothing to worry about there. What's next? r/Tinder. We didn't like the Tinder ones, did we? I should unsubscribe to that actually. Relationship advice. My boyfriend says I need to prove to him how oh god. Okay. So my boyfriend, who's a 32-year-old male, says that I, a 27-year-old female, need to prove to him how sorry I am. I got a tattoo and it was something that wasn't discussed with my boyfriend. You know what? Straight away, you don't have to apologise. Your body, your fucking choice. Why do you need to discuss getting a tattoo with your boyfriend? He does not own you or your body. Case closed. But let's continue anyway. Not that I was trying to hide it, but I didn't feel as though I need to ask permission. Of course you don't. You're a fucking grown woman, and this is another person who has absolutely no say about your body and what you do with it. That's like not even a question here, okay? I get letting him know and talking to him about it is important. Why? It's got nothing to do with him. Absolutely fucking nothing to do with him. He let me know he felt You know, I don't even know if I can read this because I'm getting so annoyed at the fucking gall of it. Let me try and get through this. He let me know he felt disrespected in a relationship due to me not talking to him about it. A part of me didn't want to have the discussion because he gives me shit when I spend money, and I'm already extremely frugal person, and this was something that I've been saving up for. I genuinely apologise because it was never my intention for him to feel disrespected in a relationship, but now he says it wasn't a genuine apology and I need to prove to him how sorry I am. Advice, he's a controlling fucking asshole. Break up with him. And if you've watched my videos before, you know that I'm not the type of person who just immediately jumps into like, oh yeah, break up with them. Like, I try and usually give actual helpful, objective advice, but this guy is a fucking asshole. And I honestly, like, this is the most annoyed I've ever been doing one of these videos, so I have to move on. Like, this isn't even funny. I'm moving on. Jesus Christ. I was not expecting that. I really wasn't expecting that. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking unsubscribe from these Tinder ones. Anyway. Oh, advice for teens. I've never done that before. My boyfriend who's 16 wants a tattoo. I think it's disgusting. That's interesting because we just fucking read one about a tattoo. It has nothing to do with you. Anyway, we don't know what advice they're asking for, so let's see. So my boyfriend, who's only fucking 16 and not old enough to get a tattoo anyway, wants to get one, and OP thinks it's disgusting. Not long ago, my boyfriend told me he traded his Nintendo Switch for 2 free tattoos. Okay, maybe I'm thinking that it's not that they have a problem with tattoos, it's just that the tattoos themselves are disgusting. Like the specific ones that he has. Let's see. This is happening the day before my birthday. I genuinely thought he was joking. He's getting a Muse covering his forearm. He's getting a Muse what? Like Muse is in the band Muse. Anyway, covering his forearm and an anime reference on his entire shoulder. I do honestly want to be with him forever, but this whole situation absolutely disgusts me. I think tattoos are ugly and most people regret them. That's not true at all. Personally, I think he's too young to get them, and also I really just love looking at him the way he is. I hate to say it, but him having tattoos would make him less physically attractive to me. We just had a large argument because I genuinely do not want him to get these tattoos, especially not at such a young age. If anyone can just give me some sort of insight to what they think, please let me know. Too young to get a tattoo because it's not even legal. If you're getting 2 large ass tattoos for the cost of a Nintendo Switch, they're probably going to be fucking awful. Don't get them from that person, get them from someone else. Save up your fucking money and get ones that are actually going to be good. It's not your fucking body, it's not your fucking choice. It's not up to you, it doesn't have anything to do with you. It reminds me of that. Yeah, did you ever watch the movie Clueless? Where they're at the party in the Val, and what's his name? I can't remember his name, but a black guy goes into the bathroom and has someone shave his head, and then Dion, his girlfriend, is all like, oh, what did you do? What did you do? I'm the one that's going to have to look at you. Reminds me of that. It's still not your fucking choice. It's still got nothing to do with you. What, so somebody on the street who thinks that they have to look at you, they don't actually have to look at you. They can come up to you and just tell you what to do with your hair, your makeup, your outfit, everything like that. No, it makes no difference here. Not your body, not your choice, but he is legally too young to get tattoos. So, OP also said that it would make him less physically attractive to you. So what? That's your problem. Like, literally, that is your problem. I do not think that people should not do things to their body or do things to their body just because they think that it will or will not make other people more attracted to them or not less attracted to them. Like, I just think that's a horrible way to live. Don't do things for other people, do them for yourself, and don't ask other people to do things for you and to put your happiness in front of their own like that when it's something that, again, has nothing to do with you. It would be different if it was an actual genuine relationship situation where she does actually need to be considered, but this has nothing to do with her or the relationship. Therefore, it's completely up to him whether he wants to do this or not. Again, it's a complete stereotype that most people who get tattoos regret them. And also, even if you do, cover-ups are getting better and better, and like there's all this technology that's still developing for if you want to get rid of tattoos. So calm the fuck down. Like, oh my god. Why? Was that a coincidence, or like is Reddit doing something to me? Is Reddit just trying to annoy me? Oh, r/ask women, I've never done that before. What is your go-to easy viewing TV show that you can rewatch multiple times over? Why is that not safe for work? I usually don't do not safe for work posts on here, but I'm kind of interested. Let me not show it and let me just quickly skim what it is in case it's something that I shouldn't be putting on YouTube, because I don't want to be responsible for that. Oh, it said click to see not safe for work content, and there was literally nothing there. There's literally nothing there, and there's no description or anything. Oh, so that was just bullshit. How anti-fucking climactic. Here's me thinking it was going to be something spicy, and it was shit, and it's got nothing to do with women either. Anyway, ask Reddit. Last time you were in hospital, what was the reason? Last time I was in hospital, I would have been having surgery. I think it was, I think it would have been SARP surgery, where they cut my jaw. They broke my top jaw. I won't go into details about that because I have my main channel specifically documenting all that. So link in the description below, check that out if you want. But yeah, I've not been in hospital that many times, but yeah, I had my face cut open last time on purpose. What's next? A lot of these are just fucking adverts. r/confession. I changed a baby's name of a mentally disabled woman. That's not cool. Unless they called it shitface or something like that. I changed the name of a baby of a mentally disabled woman. Please let me explain. Please do. I used to be a volunteer with a certain organisation that works with disabled adults. I worked with a woman during her last trimester of pregnancy. She was diagnosed with Down syndrome, which was significant. Nobody was sure how she got pregnant, but was pretty sure it was a family member. That's a shame. This young lady had been removed from the care of her family and was in the custody of said certain organisation / state. Her baby was diagnosed in utero with significant issues and was not going to live but a few hours after birth. We had discussed this with her several times, but wasn't sure if she really understood. She said she did, but did she? I was with her when the little girl was born. Of course, the doctor was working on her and the nurse asked me what she wants to name her. The young lady said she heard the doctor say the most beautiful name ever, and everyone in the room was confused. So she literally saying that she heard the doctor saying, quote, the most beautiful name ever, like literally word for word. I don't understand what they're saying here. Apparently when the doctor was explaining to her what was happening to her body, he said, your vagina may tear. All she heard was vagina may. Yep, that's what she wanted to name the baby. Okay, now I understand. When we tried to explain that she couldn't, she became hysterical, not the time or place, and the baby was fading fast. So we calmed her and I said I'd handle it later. A few hours later, I'm helping her to do the birth and death certificate as well as comforting her. Somehow my finger slipped and I put an L in the place of a G in the baby's name. What does that make? Valina? Is that what it makes? Valina? Is that a name? I've never heard that. And the G and the L are not next to each other on a QWERTY keyboard, certainly. So I don't know if it's an actual accident, but OP says they felt horrible. I just couldn't bring myself to let that poor baby be named that on her headstone. The mother couldn't read or write. Her social worker took one look at the papers, did a deep sigh of relief and signed off on them, as did the doctor. I still feel guilty. Okay, now I understand the context. I mean, on the one hand, you can say that this poor baby and her poor mother aren't going to see the child live their life. As OP described, they passed away very, very quickly, less than a few hours after being born. So in that respect, they wouldn't have to deal with the social humiliation, like in school and from other people, bullying regarding their name. But on the other hand, I understand that, as OP says, it's going to be on their tombstone. And then you know how it is on like fucking 9gag and stuff like that, where people will screenshot people with names that sound like something else. So forevermore on the internet, that baby would probably be made fun of. And it seems that even though they tried to explain it to the mother, they got the feeling that she didn't really understand. So I get why OP did it, and I also get why they feel bad. I would say this is just one of these things that you're going to have to live with. It's been done now. Would I have done the same thing? Honestly, I think that I would have kept trying to explain it. And if it wasn't happening that day, which is fair enough because she's literally just given birth and lost her baby in the space of a few hours, then I would have said, you know what, why don't you get some rest and let's talk about it tomorrow. Hopefully she would have calmed down by then. You know, she would have got some sleep and then we could talk about it more calmly and I could try and explain it to her properly. But if she still insisted, I would probably, to be honest, ask the officials whether it's allowed to name a baby that, because I know in some countries certain names are banned from use. They're actually illegal to name your child that, and in other countries you can only select from like 100 names, so everyone basically has the same name. So I would try to find a way to give the baby a name that's less likely to be bullied or made fun of, that doesn't require deceiving the person. But as I say, I totally understand why they did that and how that came about, and it's just a shame for everyone all around, I think. That was quite different from the other ones, huh? Let's see. Puns. I can't figure this out. The last time I looked at puns, which I've only done once, it was absolutely terrible. Is a smoking hot dog, a smoking sausage, a smoking dog, gun dog? I feel like there's a pun or some sort of joke in this t-shirt a friend was wearing, but I can't figure it out. Any ideas? Murderous hot dog? I don't know. Does someone know what this is? If he gets shot himself, then did he sustain a gunshot wound? Mexican hot dog? Caught with a smoking gun, bun, hot dog with... Nah, I think this is just rubbish. Yeah, the pun subreddit is really disappointing. I don't think... Oh no, the only good thing that I found on it was something to do with like... something to do with like... this is the best curry I've ever had, like what's the recipe? And they said like, oh, I can't tell you, I signed a non-disclosure agreement or something. Like that was the only half decent one on there, but the rest were shit. My fiance, 29-year-old male, does not want to be intimate with me, 26-year-old female. What do I do? You respect his choices. That's what you do. But let's read. It says it's not safe for work. Okay, let me just quickly... It might just be because it's about sex, but... I think it is. That's all it is. Oh my god, but it's really fucking long. Do we want to do this one? Nah, do you know, I'm kind of like, there's so many ones that are just about sex and I don't want this to become like a sex advice channel. So, let me see, what else do we have? r/relationship. My boyfriend grabbed my face during an argument and also called me an S word. What's the S word? But do not put your hands on someone in anger. So I'm an 18-year-old male dating my boyfriend who's a 25-year-old male. That's a questionable age gap. When did you start dating? How old were you? But they've been dating for the past 6 months. First 5 months went great. He would bring me flowers, chocolates. He would cuddle me, love me, and tell me that I'm his whole world and he couldn't imagine his life without me. That sounds like fucking love bombing. We even went out on several dates. I would hope so. He's really caring towards me, but I don't know what happened to him from the last 15 days. He is just changed. He's turned from the sweetest boyfriend to a dominating one. Like he tries to control everything I do, argues with me over petty issues, doesn't like when I hang out with friends. After every 2 to 3 days, he's having some kind of outburst. A few days back, we were out for shopping at Walmart, and there was this guy who complimented me, saying how pretty I look, and him and I should go out sometime. So as a loyal partner, I respectfully declined his offer and told him that I already have a boyfriend. But I guess my boyfriend was somewhere near me and he heard our conversation, and while we were driving home, he gave me the silent treatment, even though he didn't do anything wrong, and he said no. I asked him what happened, and he said that I dressed like a slut, and that's why guys hit on me out of nowhere. He accused that I'm cheating on him, which is absolutely rubbish. He even said that I was flirting with that guy from Walmart, which I wasn't. He also called me an attention whore. He really broke my heart with all those accusations, but I tried not to cry. Anyways, yesterday it was my best girlfriend's birthday. She invited us over, but my boyfriend was like, no, you can't go. But I told him, dude, you can't control me. Exactly. You don't own me. Tell him. Then he started yelling at me. I tried not to listen, and when I was about to open the door, he grabbed me by my face and pinned me against the wall, and he said, you don't fucking disobey me, you bitch. Jesus Christ, you're not going anywhere. I tried my best to push him but couldn't, as he's really tall, about 6'4" and strongly built, and I'm just 5'3", very petite. I got scared and tears rolled down my eyes. He grabbed it hard that it left some bruises on my face. That's really hard. But as soon as he realised what he was doing, he immediately took aback. He started to apologise. He said, sorry baby, I didn't mean to hurt you, I'm really sorry. Sometimes I just can't control my anger. He promised that it will not happen again, so I forgave him. That's lies. That's lies. I really, really love him and I hope he doesn't hurt me again. I have no idea what's wrong with him. I also don't know why he thinks my dressing sense is the reason guys flirt with me. It's not my fault if they hit on me. Exactly. It's so good that you know that. He gets jealous even if I was having a normal conversation with a guy. He wasn't like this before. Seems like his entire personality has changed. I want my old boyfriend back who used to love me and take care of me. I'm stuck, have no idea what to do. I'm angry at him the way he treated me, but the thing my mum used to say comes to my mind, that love is a million things. Sometimes it feels good, sometimes it doesn't. But that doesn't mean that you can ever put your hands on another person in violence. I'm 100% sure that's not what your mother meant, okay? Like, you always have ups and downs in a relationship, but it doesn't mean that you should let someone physically or emotionally abuse you. That's not okay. Too long didn't read. Boyfriend grabbed my face forcefully. That it even got bruises on my cheeks. It hurts. Also told me I dressed like a slut. His entire personality changed. I wish he could change. So this explicit question is, I'm stuck and I have no idea what to do. You are not stuck. I know you love this person. I know it seems like they just changed suddenly and that it's possible for them to change back. But it's very likely that this person has always been that way, but they were just basically manipulating you and doing things to get you on side in the beginning by, as I say, love bombing, for example, seeming as if they're the absolute perfect person, that everything is going great, that that they're the kind of person that you would absolutely love and fall in love with. And then when they've got you, that's when they turn. Everything is telling me that this is going to be the way that he is from now on. So manipulative, so controlling, so absolutely out of line. You're not stuck. This is only the first few things that are happening. You don't want to wait until there's more. I'm telling you, you really don't want to wait. I've heard and read so many stories of people in this exact same situation who stayed and it didn't get better, it only got worse. And then it's the point where they really are stuck because they're, they've been financially controlled, or they now have children together or something like that. Like, get out while you can. And as I say, this person is also much older. If you started seeing each other when you were still a minor, that's also a huge red flag. And it's a lot easier to manipulate people who are younger and more impressionable, people who are still children. This is not a good situation. Please get out of that. This is really not good. Yeah, that's really, really bad. Damn. I've gone from never telling anyone to break up with their partner to telling two people to break up. Like, what's happening here? This was supposed to be more entertaining like the other ones. Damn. Can we try and find one that's not so oh my gosh, please? Just so we can finish on a better note, do you know what I mean? Just so we can wash that off us a little bit. What's this? So many of these promoted things and just adverts. Stuff that I didn't actually... Okay, this is maybe more interesting and relevant, but less, sorry, I didn't mean more interesting, I meant like less so fucking serious, and relevant because it's about breakups. So, in Dating Over 30, OP asks, what would you want to hear during a breakup? I'm a 33-year-old female and I'm planning on breaking up with my current partner, who's a 29-year-old male. And we've been together for about 3 months this weekend, so not very long at all. Nothing major has happened, I just have realised my feelings are not progressing, and if anything, I'm losing interest, so it's just not fair to either of us. However, we are exclusive and his feelings are significantly stronger than mine, and I think he's going to be blindsided. He's a great person, and although I know there's no way around some sort of hurt, I would like to do it in the nicest or gentlest way possible while still making it clear that this has run its course for me. Obviously, I'm going to do it in person. I'm good. I don't know why I put not in that. Obviously, I'm going to do it in person, but aside from that, I'm pretty nervous and don't want to make him think it's because of any specific flaws in his end. So the question is, what would you want to hear during a breakup? I mean, I think, one could argue that there's no good way to be broken up with, but I don't think that's necessarily true, because I do think that there are dickhead, asshole ways to break up with someone. Honestly, I'm like an honesty first policy type of person, and what I would want to hear is honestly just the truth. So in that situation, I would want to hear it's absolutely nothing that you've done. It's not because of you. I just, it's been 3 months and I'm just not really feeling like we're having that much of a spark, or that, there's that much longer in the relationship for us. For me, it's just really fizzling out. And I just don't think that we should be together anymore. So you don't have to super much drag it out. You don't have to pad it with all these things. He's a grown man, almost in his 30s, so don't be a dickhead about it, but just tell the truth, be honest, and be as succinct as possible, and give as many details as you need to in order to make him feel okay. Does that make sense? Yeah. In terms of how to start the conversation as well, I know OP didn't ask, but I thought it would just be a bit more meat and give us a bit more time just to, decompress a little bit from the last couple of posts that we looked at. In terms of the way to bring it up, like they said, they're going to meet in person to do it. When you're talking about meeting, don't say, we need to talk, and don't say, I need to tell you something, because if someone is really anxious or is just really good at picking up on signals, they will 100% know that something bad is coming, and the longer they have to wait for that news to be broken, the worse it is, and the more turmoil and anxiety that person is going to feel. So please, for their sake, not to be deceptive, just for their sake, don't say anything like that. But at the same time, don't be like, oh yeah, I really want to do something together this weekend. You know what I mean? Just say oh hey, do you want to get together on this day? Or hey, can I come over on that day? And then when you're there, I would just say yeah, so I wanted to talk to you about something. Sure, what is it? Well, I've just been thinking about it, and we've been together for about 3 months now, and then you just go straight into it. Don't beat about the bush, don't dilly-dally, don't whatever. I appreciate you say that you think he might be blindsided, but I think that when you say, hey, I want to talk to you about something, and when you say it in that tone, then they'll know that okay, we're not laughing and joking here. And then they kind of have an idea of what it probably is going to be about. Especially if you've only been together 3 months. I would be surprised if after 3 months, he's so completely, absolutely upset. Although in the last video, we did hear from someone who'd only been together for a month and he cried a little bit. But you know what? People are going to feel the way that they feel. And that's okay. That's part of, dating and relationships and life. It's not all going to be ups, it's sometimes going to be downs, and you need both, because if it's always up, then it's never up. You know what I mean? So yeah, just be honest. Don't do anything to give him anxiety, and just go ahead and get it done. Alright, cool. I'm glad we found that one then to kind of cleanse the palette a little bit. How are you feeling? Are you doing okay? I hope you're alright there. That was quite a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna be off then and stare at my painting, see if I'm brave enough yet to add this bee. I hope you have a nice day, and if you want to check out some of my other videos, you can do so here. Don't forget, link in the description down below for my main channel where I'm talking about why they cut my face open. And yeah, I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye, 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 bye.